I built some hats. So I built this hat a little while ago. It's a nice fur-lined number, embedded it with LEDs and some components and batteries, etc. For festivals. I'm really happy with the look of it though, I must say. I think when it's working it looks really, really nice. Keep an eye on this area up here. See that blinking? Yeah, I don't like that. So today I'm going to run a little upgrade on this hat. I think the issue that we've got is that I'm using an underpowered microcontroller. So I'm upgrading it from an ESP... Ooh. It's just struggling to keep up. It's either that or the lights. I hope it's not the lights because I have a better microcontroller. Should we get some lights on up in here maybe? It's a bit dark, isn't it? Whoa! Okay. So like I said, it does link into the wider system of lights and festival props that I have and my sound system, Womps on Wheels. When I'm running Womps on Wheels, I use Resolume, and these hats are able to link into Resolume and take their cues from whatever it's outputting. So that's great, but when it's in sort of standalone mode like this, just one hat by itself, I still want it to be able to have some of these features. So what that means is I need to upgrade to ESP32, add a digital microphone. That will enable the WLED framework to use that microphone and use the sound reactive elements of that framework. If you don't know WLED, it's amazing. It's basically what makes all of this possible. It's an amazing community. The Discord has got like 30,000 or something people in it. It's super active, open source. Definitely go check out their website. I'll leave links in the description. Let's get stripping down the hat and performing this upgrade. Let's go. It looks so much worse when there's no fur on it. Anyway, yeah. So this is what's under the hood, under the hair, maybe. I mean, for a start, you know, it kind of looks like a on your head or some sort of like, I don't know, brainwave reading or modifying device. We've got a battery, the ESP3266, and this is a Wago just from testing, and then yeah, the lights, and then over on the back we've got the on-off switch tucked away, and the battery control circuit, so we can charge it using a USB-C cable. Here's a really basic circuit diagram just to kind of show how all these pins join together. So yeah, so that's all pretty good. You can stick it on like this. Oh my word. Yeah, this isn't a good look, I don't think. I think with the fur is definitely better. Definitely. We'll let's get back to that. That's what we should do. We should stop dicking around and I don't know if you've ever worked with hot glue or not, but generally hot glue is kind of pretty good at some things, bad at lots of things. So it's a non-glue, although it's called glue. To me at least, I'm defining glue as like kind of like a weld where it actually chemically deforms the bonding surfaces. Hot glue is just a mechanical bond, which means that if you have like a rough surface, it's better, and if you have really smooth surfaces, it's often pretty pants. Turns out, this sort of felted material, is absolutely insane at holding hot glue, as are the underside of electronic circuit boards, which is good considering I didn't want this to come off, but now I have to cut it off, and it is not a fun job. Anyway, I've got a Stanley knife, and hopefully I'm not going to cut into the battery or into my fingers. Oh god. Ah. Oh, turn it off. Let's not do this with the power on, yeah? Oh god. Yes. Cool, just need to pop all these little wires off now so that I can then get them soldered onto the new board. It's the ESP32 Room, I guess you say it, WROOM 32. When you buy these development boards, they come with all of the pins pre-soldered, which is very handy for development, which is obviously the intended goal of this board. However, I'm not using a breadboard. I'm actually embedding this inside the hat, and I need everything to be as low profile as possible. What this means is I have to do something which kind of feels really wrong, which is basically just cut all of these pins off. Now, I don't like doing this. I really don't. But it's kind of necessary in this instance. But I don't like it for a variety of reasons. And the main one, to be honest, is just the waste of it. You know, some process had to happen to make these pins, to, you know, ship them to the right place. Some other process had to correctly align them with this board, and then yet another process had to run them through some sort of reflow oven or solder bath or whatever it may have been, and at that point, you know, solder the pins in. All of that for it to be shipped here for me to cut them off. So this is an approach I'm really not happy with, like I say, from a materials wastefulness point of view and a sustainability perspective. This is just pretty bad by me. I mean, I don't blame the manufacturers. This is on me. So I think it just means I'm going to have to put in a bit more work and learn how to, you know, make these boards in such a way to reduce the waste going forward. You know, there's only one planet after all. So that's got all of them off, and now they're nice and smooth on the back, which is what we want. And then, crucially, now I can just solder and just pick up on these pins. So I'm just going to be using skinny little wires, like 18 AWG, nothing major, and I'll just pre-solder them and just dot onto the ones that I need to. So now we're going to program the board. First, we'll just simply plug it in with the USB to the computer and into the board itself, which obviously means my computer crashed, which is really helpful. So we'll quickly reboot that. We'll just wait on that a little bit. Okay, then we're going to go to Chrome and we're going to open up install.WLED.me, which is the online tool for programming the boards. Choose which version we want. Find the board, select the COM port. I did actually have to press boot on the board at the same time I pressed install, which is quite common. Anyway, there we go. Just run through this installation process real quick. And that's kind of that done, which is really nice. Then we're going to configure the Wi-Fi. Obviously, I've just blurred that out. Oh, yeah, subscribe. We're going to go for that one. Cool. Just quickly smash in the password there. The board is now on our network. We can visit the device. It's on our local network. This website is hosted by the WLED itself. So this is now running on the ESP32. I quite like this little peak thing we've turned on here, so you can see what the real LEDs will be doing. I'll put a rainbow effect there. And then just go straight into config. So, you know, can set up whatever we need here, really. The LEDs we're using themselves, the number of them, the current, etc. And with that, we're done. And we can now continue with the build. And we have this little digital microphone. Probably just show you one of these because it's all kind of samey after you've done a few of them. Just strip the end of the insulation off to reveal a bit of wire. Use a soldering iron, a bit of solder to tin it. Put it in place. Solder it up and repeat. So we are getting there with this. I've done a few of the wires. The last one now to do is a bit rank. Basically has to bridge from here to here. So what I'm going to do is something kind of gross. Strip a load of this black wire for ground, much more than I need just to connect into this pin. Feed it through from the bottom, up and over and down into that pin. Unfortunately with no heat shrink, because I don't have any. And I want to get this done, to be honest. And I think that is sometimes more important. There's perfect, there's best practice, and there's getting it done. Today we're going with getting it done. In the end, reasonably neat. Okay, that was a lot of sketchy soldering, so Have we shorted out anything important? Let's check, eh? Nice, we haven't shorted out the ground with power. That's just the ground wires connected to each other. Cool. I think we're pretty good, actually. Got away with it. Let's fire it up and see how we go. And with that, it's working again. Everything's looking good. We got rid of the blinking, everything's way more stable, and it seems that it was the ESP the whole time. So with this new, more powerful ESP32, instead of the 8266, we're looking good. And we're back to full functionality, and in fact, even more, because now we have sound reactive. Kudos to the WLED people. All of them, there's thousands of people who have contributed to this project over the years, and it is amazing. So thank you. You have literally brightened my day and many other people. I was at a music festival recently, and it went down really well. People really liked it, especially at night, obviously, in the woods, partying. It really is eye-catching, and yeah, people really like it, so it's nice. It's a good reminder of why it's good to make things.